And hello everyone! Welcome to the first of the Bioshock streams, and... yeah, okay then, that was my camera feed actually working. Yeah, sorry for that, that actually was a lot louder than I was intending it to be. Before I actually get into the stream, I should probably give a bit of an update as to what's going on with the channel. Hello Kelly! As many people may have seen on my various social media things, the channel is going in for a little bit of an overhaul starting tomorrow. Basically, almost all of my streams are going to be moving to either being on the weekend or during the late night slots. Well, late night for me. This is mostly because as things over here are starting to open up again and get back into a swing of normality, which, if you ask me, they honestly shouldn't be. It's, it's a completely stupid idea, but hey, I don't make the rules. All I do is get to react to them. My normal time slot basically puts my streams at one of the most unwatched times of the day. Over here, it's the time when people are getting home from work and then settling in and having food, and then they're not going to be watching a stream during that entire time. For America, most people are still at work, or it's very early in the morning, depending on where in America they are. So that is the reason why I'm moving it towards the later slots, because those have seen a lot more traffic as of late. I will be putting up a actual full schedule on my social media pages, and also updating the schedule that you can see on this channel. If you scroll down, there's a countdown to my next stream, and it will actually be now updated with the new schedule starting tomorrow. Hopefully I'm going to get the Twitch channel at least on board with that as well. That is probably the biggest change. The other one being that, fingers crossed, if everything goes to plan, my capture card is arriving tomorrow. So with any luck, tomorrow we are going to see the very first capture card stream from me. And we will see how it goes. I do have a slight fear that it's not going to work because of how the Viscera cleanup detail stream went. Basically, it looks like my PC's processor is so weak that it can't stream a direct game as well as doing OBS. It's too much for the processor. I'm hoping that the capture card will be a loophole around that and it won't bring any more problems. However, there is still the worry that it will cause things to, mess up. And be basically, everything will be a slideshow, like it was in Viscera. That was worse than a slideshow. The Viscera one was so bad I just went back and deleted the video because it was worse than unwatchable. It just wasn't even a video. There was next to no audio, kept freezing, and if I'm honest, the game, what I tried to say at the end of the game as well, was that it's a good game. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. But it's not really streamable for me. Like, I can have a lot of fun playing it, but the problem is that there's not a lot for me to comment on or react to, which is, as you will all know, is the way that I tend to interact with streams, and how I interact with viewers. If there's none of that for me to actually do, then the stream feels really flat and dull, because there's 1,001 other channels out there if you just want to see, in-game playthroughs of games with no commentary, with no face cam, anything like that. But there's only one me, hopefully. Well, both Malachi and Emoto would attest to that not being the case, because they are both pretty much identical to me, but hey, yeah. Oh, hello Malachi. Yes, the game that fucks you over more than your own work ethic. Yes, welcome to the start of this fun. The plan for this is, because the Freedom Friday streams took a bit of a downturn in terms of popularity. Not many people were voting on them towards the end, and I'm honestly running out of games that I can just pick and that I want to just pick and play and have fun with for 3 hours. Especially seeing some of the ones I had picked, like and put into the rotation in the voting never actually got voted on. So I'm taking things into my own hands, and I'm going to be streaming the entirety of the Bioshock series on the In Places of Freedom Friday, and if that goes well, and when we're all done with that, I have the entirety of the Dishonored series to do after that. I this morning ordered the definitive edition of Dishonored 1, so that should be here in a few days. I already have Dishonored 2, and I also bought Dishonored Death of the Outsider on PlayStation Store this morning, because it was £5. Because I've seen, various things about Death of the Outsider. I've never played it. I just know that it's not that long. And with some people saying that, it's finishable completely in 10 hours or so, when it's a £20 game, 10 hours of gameplay, that doesn't seem like a lot value-wise. But with it being £5, I thought, I can't turn that down. Like, it's not really going to get cheaper than that. Cheaper than 70% off. So I bought it. Well, cheap. It's about $7 here. Yeah, I think it's a publisher sale at the moment, because Steam seems to be doing it, as well as pretty much anywhere I can find it. But enough of the preamble. I've said, all the stuff of where the channel's hoping to be going. Still looking for trying to get to 50 followers, although I'm a lot closer to that than I have been previously, thanks to a fair few number of recent followers. So thank you all very much again for the follows, and for promoting this stream, and for just coming along and enjoying it. We'll see how things improve. The next upgrade on the list is to get a better processor for my PC. I need to actually research what processors can work with my motherboard and what I can afford, and then look to, get things all up and running so that I can actually stream PC games as well, without the stream being equivalent to the rate at which a 5-year-old can draw every scene and show it to the camera. You have this version of Bioshock? Nice. Yes, this is the Bioshock collection. I should also say it's got everything in it. It has all 3 of the Bioshocks with all the DLC. One thing to note, I will not be doing the DLC for Bioshock 1 and 2, mostly because they are not really adding anything to the storyline. It's just, trials, essentially. But the Burial at Sea ones for Infinite, I'll be doing those. But, well, let's get things into the swing of things. Dresden is stalking you. He's mad. Of course he's mad. You're moving him. It was weird seeing the collection getting an update and an image change. It really was. And, they did an update and image change without them being, in a place of doing another game in the series. So, yeah. And those are good. Yeah, Burial at Sea is very, very good. I'm going to put the brightness up just a little bit, because it might not be quite as atmospheric, but I've learned that stream, it's a little bit darker on stream than it actually is on my display. So yeah, and I'm going to be playing on easy because, in all honesty, I've platinumed all the Bioshocks. I'm just wanting to have fun. Yeah. Oh. Would you kindly get it started? You keep doing that, I'm going to call you Atlas, Callie. And we all know what happens to Atlas, don't we? You're new to shooters. I wouldn't even call this a shooter, it's just cruel. Yeah, it is closer to being a first-person role-playing game.
Son.
But then again, so was System Shock and System Shock 2, and this is basically the spiritual successor to those games. And also, sorry about my hair, I've freshly brushed it, and this is what happens to my hair when I freshly brush it. It just goes everywhere. I can't really do anything about it. And it just looks... I don't know, it looks like I've got a clown wig on, basically. You love it, Callie? Well, of course you do, you're biased. Actually, no, there is something I can do about it. Also, bear with me just slightly. There we go. I've moved the monitor earlier. Oh, that's moved it too much now. I moved the monitor earlier to show something that was going on the screen. And it must have got knocked when going back because it doesn't look doesn't give the same display from the webcam. Marco says, spiritual successor. Let's have him kill Big Daddy, the girl go missing, despawn, then respawn with another Big Daddy. Will System Shock like that too? No, that's just a glitch. You have really, really bad luck with glitches, my friend Malachi. First, first with Grey Rat in Dark Souls 3, and now with the Big Daddy and the sister in here. All starts with a lighthouse. Always starts with a lighthouse. Grey Rat, yes. Did I say someone else than Grey Rat? Yeah, one of them. In an effort to also be somewhat awake for this stream, I have literally downed an entire cup of coffee and a coffee of tea and a cup of tea. So yeah. In what country is there a place for people like me? Andrew Ryan. No gods or kings, only man. I have to say I love the aesthetic of this game and just everything about it. Of the Bioshock series, this is my favourite. Absolutely my favourite. Always a lighthouse, a city, and a man. Yes. Okay, it's uncompletable. You don't have the ammo for the new Big Daddy, and you can't progress until you kill him and take the little sister. You'll have to restart. Yeah, that is a sad thing about something. But to be fair, at least it happened near the beginning of the game. It's just, it's a lot of preamble to get through again to reach that point. Infinite is yours, Callie? Yes, I know. There's nothing bad about Infinite, it's just Infinite is very different from Bioshock, and I don't know. I think I probably would have felt a lot better about Infinite if it wasn't called Bioshock Infinite. Like, if they marketed Infinite as being a wholly different game, I wouldn't have had a problem with it. You'd like to see a more open world version of Bioshock? You want to see the whole city? Yes. Yes, that would be a lot nicer. But unfortunately, I don't think 2K will ever do it. You're going to have to skip ahead to 2, honestly. You tried 1 again, that's how you came to the conclusion that you'd have to restart. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, there's nothing wrong with Bioshock 2. It's just more action-oriented. It's more of a shooter than this is. Yeah, it never will happen. No. That's a shame. It's a shame that they're leaving the Bioshock series where it is. It has potential. I mean, they're remaking System Shock 1 from the ground up, and I've played the demo. The demo of the new System Shock is incredible. You think you'd prefer that, a more shootery game? Yeah, that is quite valid. You are most likely to enjoy Bioshock 2 and Infinite more if you prefer more shooter-oriented games. It's kind of what you expected going to these games because it called itself a shooter. Yes. In that vein, the tags for this game: English, of course, FPS, shooter, action. That's already 3 tags saying pretty much the same thing. Horror, stealth, open world, and adventure game. Like, those are pretty broad terms for Bioshock, I'd say, sadly. Open world, what? Yeah. Yeah, I don't understand. And even though there's not even all that much stealth in this either. You don't see the adventure tag. It ends at open world view. Oh no, it's giving me the full list of tags over there, and thinking why. What's she going to need a gun for? Interactive movie tag needed, and yes, you should be asleep. Yes, you should be asleep. But yes, it is more of a interactive movie than an open world adventure game. I mean, yes. Someone new. I mean, well, yes. Do you normally get people leaving and coming back in bathyspheres? No, you really don't. It's kind of like the whole thing about it is like, you know, very much no one gets out, no one gets back in. Anime meat hooks, yes, ones that you can throw and always come back and always have more. Ah, no, the horror sounds of exertion. Bitch, get off my bathysphere. Oh yeah, and there's your first one, yo. Would you kindly pick up that radio?
I don't know how you survived that plane crash, but I've never been one to question Providence. I'm Atlas, and I aim to keep you alive. Now keep on moving. We're gonna have to get you to higher ground.
Higher ground. We're at the bottom of the ocean. Yes, let's get you to higher ground, which is literally anywhere.
Step out of the bathysphere. I won't leave you twisting in the wind. We're gonna need to draw out of hiding, but you're gonna have to trust me.
Atlas, would you kindly tell me how the hell you knew about my plane crash? Yes. How indeed, sir. Oh, I did such a good job with making this feel like an actual city. Like, I would, like, Xavier said, I would love to see the actual, the rest of the city and be able to explore it all. But at the same time, you know, they still make it feel somehow like an open world without you being able to explore everything.
How do you like that, sister? Now, would you kindly find a crowbar or something?
Atlas, would you kindly go suck a chest full of seawater?
Goddamn splicers.
You never trusted Atlas. He always seemed off. For one, he knew about the plane crash, despite being what? Rapture is hundreds of fathoms below the ocean. And two, he's got that am helper and legit on your side. Now, in fairness, about the plane crash, everyone in Rapture knows of the plane crash. Everyone. Because that actually gets shown at the end of Bioshock 2's multiplayer, if you play it through to maximum rank. As you're going to get your final rank up collectible, the whole place shakes, and you get an announcement over the intercom of Andrew Ryan say, "There has been a plane crash. We have a new visitor. Let's go out and meet him." And just as you say that, you see the plane fuselage from this game go past your window. So it's a nice little thing of explaining, you know, how everyone knows it. I do need these control tutorials because I have no idea how this is controlled anymore. Whoop. That probably was supposed to have more effect than it actually did.
You want some of this?
When hurt, press circle to use it to heal. Ah, yes. Wrench. Solid concrete with rebar. Yep. I mean, to be fair, this is the best weapon in the game. I'm not even kidding. The game's hard mode, if you get all the right plasmids and infusion and all that, this is the best weapon in the game. You can actually complete the entire game using mostly this. Wonder how strong you have to be to smash that concrete like that with a wrench. I mean, yeah. You know, this and you also take down Big Daddies with it. doing those things, it's not going to actually have any effect whatsoever because I'm not taking any damage. But I've always done it. Every single time that I play Bioshock games, I eat and drink everything apart from things that I don't have cigarettes or alcohol because look, it actually damages your health or your Eve. I was like, no, I need those things. Those are my resources. And now for what you could quite possibly call the most questionable decision by a game protagonist. I have no idea what this place is. I have no idea what anything around me is. This is all completely different. Oh look, a vending machine with a hypodermic. Let's stick it in me. Place is pretty structurally unstable, so the concrete was probably already weak, but still, you barely swing that thing, yeah. Let me stab myself in the arm. Let's shove hand in strange hole, yes. Your genetic code is being written. Hold on and everything will be fine. It's the Sixers. I know it's the Six. I know you meant 60s, but so prime time. It's the Sixers. Yes, AD6.
Looks like he just had his cherry popped. Wonder if he's still got some Adam.
The distorted voices still get me. They're still really freaking creepy.
Let's buck wig. You're a wig shopper. This little fish ain't worth towing with no Big Daddy. Yellow always have been. You'll be no better off with a metal daddy, little fish. See you floating.
Still creepy, even though this game is now blooming 13 years old, and it still gives the atmosphere and the creepy bits in it. Oh yes, the year 6 when burning bush meant something else.
I can see light coming from his belly. Wait a minute, he's still breathing. It's alright. I know he'll be an angel soon.
See, the little sisters don't grave rob. Unlike me. He's still breathing? I don't know. Can I loot him? Yes, I can loot him. He's still breathing. Smack. No, he's not.
You alright, Boyle? First time plasma's a real kick from a mule, but there's nothing like a fistful of lightning.
Oh, God, yeah, I remember. Bioshock 1. For some weird reason, you have 2 hands. You can only use one at a time. They fixed that in Bioshock 2 and onwards. But, Jesus, what were they thinking? Lovely! Remember when this was the cutting edge of water animation and physics in games? I mean, in fairness, this has actually been updated. Mal, favourite plasmid? Oh, good question. Actually, it's Incinerate. So fire from the 3 you've seen. It depends on me. It's either, if we're talking, excluding the best setup to get, everything you need and make the game as easy as possible for you, then it's Electrobolt, because stun then smack with the wrench does a huge amount of damage. This. But in terms of general gameplay and usability and all that, I kind of like setting things on fire, so it's Incinerate for me. Gotta love it as well. It does bonus damage. Oh. No, I don't really want to be, getting drunk. Also, how long was that plane in the air for? That crash happened a long time ago in comparison. It was, yeah. And then, it suddenly, starts going under the water with that sort of velocity after, just slowly sinking whilst we were on the surface. And then below the surface it just goes, phew. Well, he's not going back up.
Come on!
Pull R2 to kill the stunned enemy. Like, I haven't done that 3 times already. Unless we're talking infinite, you like the trap option for them. Oh, if we're talking infinite, possession. Fully upgraded possession. I love that. Especially because when I was playing it on 1999 mode, oh man, possession makes that game so much easier. So much easier. There's a tough enemy. Oh well, possess them. Suicide. Murder of Crows for Callie. Yeah. Look, Murder of Crows is also a good one. Interestingly enough, I found out that the special enemies that use vigors against you, they're immune to their own vigor. So the KKK guys who use Murder of Crows aren't affected by Murder of Crows. Also, those ones that the special enemies that use the vigors, they are immune to possession as well, which is annoying because it forces you to actually have to fight them properly. I'm gonna just up the volume a bit on OBS because I don't think you're getting the best volume of it, because I reduced the volume in game and then reduced the volume on OBS.
Why is it today and not then when you were warm and sweet? Why can't Mommy hold you to her breast and feel your teeth?
Murder of Crows, isn't that a little unneeded since the only animal I know that's called a murder is crows? I mean, yeah.
No.
So, this is normally really quite scary and quite spooky and creepy until you realise that, look at the silhouette, her hand is not attached to the rest of her arm in that silhouette. Ah, wait, can I? No, I can't.
Plasma's changed everything. They destroyed our bodies.
Haha, I have a pew.
We couldn't handle it. Best friends butchering one another. Babies strangled in cribs. The whole
Like a school, you can differentiate school of fish or dolphins. She has Raymonitis, it's terminal. I mean, yeah, it did lead to her being dead. That's a very angry face. Return to Sender was a great vigor. Yes, it was. If you could use it properly and had the timing down right, absolutely amazing. Otherwise, well, you just end up taking a lot more hits than you should have done. I will be doing my best to try and find audio diaries while I do this as well, but I've found all of them before, and it's been years since I played this, so I'm going to be really rusty on trying to find everything. Fur isn't murder, fur leads to murder. She learned that quickly. That's along the lines of, violence isn't the answer, violence is the question, the answer is yes.
Charlie, where you going? No, Charlie!
I have to really remind myself this is not a shooter. This is not what you'd expect as a shooter. Music is good in game, yeah. who needs to aim down sights. It's really not a great game for aim down sights. It's just not. I made my first $1. Oh yeah, I do that a lot as well. If I can't pick up a med kit, no matter how little health I'm missing, I will use a med kit just to pick one up. Nah. That frying pan really went for it. So all these bottles of wine in the kitchen. It's like, yo, cooking with wine is definitely a thing, but you need to differentiate between cooking with wine and cooking while sloshed with wine. You know, pulling an old Keith Floyd. Oh yeah, this bit.
Splicer in the water. Hit him with the electrobolt.
That's another reason why Electrobolt's my favourite. Linked to an achievement called Toaster in the Tub, I think, or something like that. Interestingly is also,
Another New Year's, another night alone. I'm out and you're stuck in Festus, working. Imagine my surprise. I just guess I'll have another drink. Here's a toast to Diane McClintock, silliest girl in Rapture. Silly enough to fall in love with Andrew Ryan. Silly enough. What happened? I'm bleeding. Oh God. What's happening?
Rapture's going to hell. Yeah, as I was saying before I activated that audio diary, oh man, like I said, environmental hazards are always good. They are always a lot of fun. If anyone is, a fan of books and reading all that, there is a book called Rapture, which is essentially a fan-written book about the prehistory of Rapture. Well, I say prehistory, about how Rapture was conceived, built, and leads all the way up to the Splicer War, and it uses a lot of the audio diaries and stuff you find in Bioshock 1, and it actually got so much attention, it was so good, that 2K officially endorsed it as part of their timeline, I think. So if you can find it up, copy of a book called Rapture. So good. Such a good thing. What happened in Rapture? Did the Atom change people? Was there a disease? Everyone just go mad? Basically what happened was Adam was initially used to be able to change people in small ways, because you can rewrite your genetic code using Adam. So people were doing it for maybe giving themselves some better abilities, like the electro bolt thing, incinerate, but also for things like cosmetics and surgical procedures. People became obsessed with becoming as perfect as possible, but they needed more Adam to do that, so they started hunting for more Adam, and things got a bit out of control when people were just going nuts over their obsession over Adam and perfection, and it started a war, because Adam was in a finite supply, so thus began the Splicer Wars, which completely tore up Rapture and showed you what we have now. Callie says she would love this to be an RPG. I believe it is. I believe an RPG of Bioshock does actually exist. At the same time, I don't think it's that good. If it does exist, I don't think it's good.
I'm too spliced up. Nobody's gonna want me.
Well, there's an example. Oversplicing causes the genetic abnormalities and deformities that we've already seen in the Splicers.
Hey,
you like it to be a good RPG. Honestly, what would be best for it is to find a really good RPG system and put the Bioshock setting onto it. There's plenty of good settings out there that I think it would work with. I mean, you could easily put it onto, say, the Fate system.
Careful now. Would you kindly lower that weapon for a minute?
Would you kindly? And of course, yeah, oh, down goes the weapon. Love how you just never ever actually think about it.
You think that's a child down there? Don't be fooled. She's a little sister now.
You mean popcorn faces? Yes, popcorn faces.
Baby girl into a monster. Whatever you thought about right and wrong on the surface, well, that don't count for much down in Rapture. Those little sisters, they carry Adam, the genetic material that keeps the wheels of Rapture turning. Everybody wants it, everybody needs it.
Let's think. So, other ones. Fate would work with Bioshock, although Fate is very minimalist. You could probably homebrew a D&D setting with it, but I find D&D quite restrictive. You could actually possibly do it onto a World of Darkness setting. Mr. Bubbles. Palladium Rifts. Never actually seen that system. Essentially, all you'd need would be a system that supports powers like, or powers that work off of the system of having Eve and upgrading them with Adam, which you could easily just do with experience points. Having the weapon systems in place is pretty standard for most RPGs. But no, I think you could quite easily adapt it to most of them. Oh, director's commentary. I don't really want to. I really don't want to, do that because I don't mind having director's commentary. It's just like, I'm trying to comment on the game, so why am I going to, dedicate time to letting the producers, the directors, basically do my job for me? Pick it up and not play it. Really? It did say it was X to play it, so let's try and pick it up and see if I can just pick it up and not play it. Oh, there we go. You've unlocked an episode of the director's commentary. Play it now or view it later from the main menu. Spoiler warning: this commentary contains in-depth discussion of plot details, including the ending. First-time players may wish to complete the game before viewing. I've lost count of how many times I've finished this game. Well, at least, interacting with it unlocks the episode. Well, that was a bit shrilling, cackly, and spooky. Tell the minister he'll just have to wait. It's my daughter's wedding, not his. Ah, yes, because the electricity will just eventually discharge. That's how physics works. Of course, you'd mentioned Fate for Bioshock RPG, but Genesis could easily handle plasmids too. That's the point. I really need to actually look into the Genesis system to see, just how how many things I could get ported into. But yeah, Fate can go with pretty much any system just because of its flexibility and how almost minimalist it is. You can put pretty much anything you want on there. Oh, whoops. Well, I'm drunk. Zap, zap.
Security alert in off.
Run, run, run. You can't catch me. I'm the... I don't know, man. Drunk off one bottle. No, it was two. Look into rifts too. Okay. I'll have a look. We need to actually... You know what? Hang on a second. There we go. I've made notes of games to look into. So I've got Palladium Rifts, Genesis, and Rift, and yeah. Oh well, yeah. Yeah, Palladium Rifts and Genesis I've got to have a look into. There we go. See, I like that with the with this. You know, if you shoot someone whilst they are running, you know, they tend to keep going with a little bit of momentum before stumbling over and dying. Like, yeah, that's... Oh, that's how you use Eve hypos. Took me that long to remember how to use an Eve hypo. So, yeah, quite simple as, you know, have plasmids equipped, press the reload button. Makes sense when you think about it. Just like, I'm sort of like, I don't know. I'll met you get shot in the face. You reload your arm. Yeah, it's literally reloading my arm.
So tell me, friend, which one of the bitches sent to you? The KGB wolf or the CIA jackal? Here's the news. Rapture isn't some sunken ship for you to plunder. And Andrew Ryan isn't a giddy socialite who can be slapped around by...
I do like Andrew Ryan. I like the way they wrote his character. I can take him. But you didn't say, would you kindly? Oh. Aim for the head, you will do more damage. Thanks. I've never played a shooter before, I don't know that.
Now you've met Andrew Ryan, the bloody king of Rapture.
Seems like a nice guy.
Find your way to emergency access.
Ah, hacking. Only 3 splicers, run for your life. Yeah, like I just didn't fight all 5 or 6 of them. Right. This is not at all what I was asking you to do. There we are. I used to be really good at the hacking minigame in this. I just, you know, Never once failed it, even on harder hacks later in the game. Oh, those always make the silliest noises. Hacking was another thing you didn't like in this game because it was needlessly difficult. See, I grew up on games like that. Like the whole, you know, pipe flow game. I grew up on stuff like that.
All those years of study, and was I ever truly a surgeon before I met them? How we clinked away with our scalpels and toy morality. Yes, we could lop a boil here and shave down a beak there, but could we really change anything? No. But Adam gives us the means to do it. And Ryan frees us from the phony ethics that held us back. Change your look, change your sex, change your race. It's yours to change. Nobody else's.
Oh, Steinman. You do not know the meaning of the word morality. Well, that's the problem thing is, he does. He just, you know, he doesn't like morality existing.
Seen me since the New Year's attack, not once. But Dr. Steinman was very attentive. He told me that once the scar tissue was gone, he was gonna fix me right up, make me prettier than any girl I've ever seen. He's sweet, all right.
Oh, Diane.
And so interested in my case.
Let's see. Friend of yours, friend of Zav's, streaming and playing Bioshock 1, hates the hacking minigame. See, I actually kind of like it. Malachi says, play the pipe flow and stuff like that, but those are easier because you can move pieces freely. Every piece could be seen, you pick up one thing and have to put it down again in the heat of it. You could forget that you've the wrong piece selected. Yeah, that is fair. But also, you know, as I'm sure you're probably used to me saying by now, get good. I mean, to be fair, stuff like that is also why I did the auto hack bolts in Bioshock 2. But also, I don't like Bioshock 2's hacking. I really don't. That was hacking minigame / puzzles. I don't like. I really don't like it. It's not even a minigame. It's literally, you know, it's a reflex check. Press this button quickly. Oh wait, too fast? Nah, you failed. Play this too late? Ah, you failed.
Security alert is in progress.
If you want to use the emergency access, you'll be needing Dr. Steinman's key. He's the one that runs
You
this
could have
place.
told me that earlier, Atlas.
I don't expect to hand it
Proper
here.
font of information you are.
Steinman ain't that kind, and frankly, I'm not even sure he's still human.
Are you coming? I feel we should call these things Steves. Just because, you know, the little mobile turrets from Doom 3 we were called Steve. I think in honour of that, we should call them, you know, Steves. Or something similar, at least. A machine gun. It's a Thompson machine gun with a barrel mag. But, you know. I had completely forgotten they can actually shoot through the glass there. Gonna try to sleep to you soon. Hope you sleep well. See you soon. Marco says, same reason you don't like corpus hacks, limited time, so you're rushed, and then you can easily overshoot the thing and press it too many times. True. Honestly, honestly, again, I prefer corpus hacks over grenade hacks. Because corpus hacks are slightly more logic-based to them, whereas grenade hacks are, again, timing. Especially the higher tier ones. Oh, his dying moments. Surrounded by a couple of ladies. Above all, do no harm. That's one with your controller. It sometimes deselects the piece you're trying to move. You might prefer Grenier. I mean, you know, if we're talking in terms of ease, Grenier hacks are easier. But I like the challenge of the corpus ones.
Adam presents new problems for the profession. As your tools improve, so do your standards. There was a time I was happy enough to take off a wart or two, or turn a real circus freak into something you can show in the daylight, but that was then, when we took what we got. But with Adam, the flesh becomes clay. What excuse do we have not to sculpt and sculpt and sculpt until the job...
Oracle need a unique hack as well. They have one. It's just, you know, it's quest related. This room, this was where the Big Daddy fight is and where the girl disappeared. Ooh. Not a good place to have it. Oh yeah, there's another one there. Could not remember if there was or not. But it comes through later. Yeah, they have that symbol one, but you mean a permanent unique one for all missions, not as time consuming as the quest one, but something more than the corpus. Yeah, I do agree. I don't understand why it's a corpus one though. I really don't. Since the corpus were not there for the old war, why would their hacks be in the Oregon places? It makes no sense. Maybe that's the original Oricon. They seem to steal other things from the Oricon. That's true, possibly. I mean, you know, the corpus aren't exactly known for their originality. All they care about is making profits, and you know, how better to turn a profit from something if you don't have to pay for it in the first place.
The parasite expects the doctor to heal them for free, the farmer to feed them out of charity. How little they differ from the pervert who prowls the streets looking for a victim he can ravish for his grotesque amusement.
Andrew Ryan, so creepy, so weird. Deadlock proved that one when Parvis laid the smackdown on Neff. Oh yeah. So Ryan doesn't like the NHS. Nope. Nope. No, Ryan is definitely much more of the Boris Johnson and Trump crowd.
I am beautiful, yes. Look at me. What could I do to make my features finer? With Adam and my scalpel, I have been transformed. But is there not something better? What if now it is not my skill that fails me, but my imagination?
That's just creepy.
I was at German prison camp, only at 16 years old when I realized I have love for science. German doctor, he makes experiments. Sometimes he makes scientific error. I tell him of this error, and this makes him angry. Then he asks, how can a child know such a thing? I tell him sometimes I just know. He screams at me, why tell me? Well, I say if you are going to do such things, at least you should do them properly.
Never pant whisper imagination against Stein. No, don't you worry. Now apparently the subtitles take a while to catch up. So the audio kept going, but the subtitles take a little while to catch up. It's fine. Wait, enemies can use health stations? Yeah, yeah, they can. If they're wounded during combat, they will run off and use a health station. If you hack it, it usually kills them because it does quite a lot of damage to them.
I know better.
Hello, Mexicans. Okay, that seems like a fair usage. Done. And you can tell which ones you've hacked because they flash like that. It's a nice little indicator. It's a nice little tactic to use against enemies. You don't really see it happen that much in easy because enemies go down so fast. But in hard, it really makes a difference. Especially when you get swarmed with enemies. Maybe one of you. One of you. You. Oh, I really need some more horizontal blocks. And there are enough. Good, good.
Bienvenido al amor nido.
So many broken pipes. Cheers. You never seen one. Never seen one of them. You got 6. Yeah. That's what happens when you do the hard hacks. Hello.
It has been brought to my attention that some citizens have discovered ways to hack the vending machines.
Hack the vending
I
machines.
need to remind each and every citizen of Rapture that free enterprise is the foundation upon which our society has been established. Parasites will be punished.
Also, there are enough you can do a hack and not have the pieces you need. Yep. I have seen that happen before. Especially because, you know, there isn't a actual set path. It's a path that you make the whole time, and sometimes I make them a little bit too convoluted. Because rather than, you know, revealing everything and then planning things, I just, you know, tend to see what's there and what I use. And once or twice that has landed me in hot water. Am I actually going the right way here? No, I'm not, which is good. Because when you're not going the right way, you're exploring. When you're exploring, you find stuff. When you find stuff, you do better. Oh, the auto hack tool. I completely forgot those things existed in this. I honestly thought that was something that only got introduced in Bioshock 2 onwards. Machine gun round. Yes, please. That was a full drum. I got 17 bullets. Wow. Drank a bowl of whiskey, then a full tank of coffee. That's what we call, you know, drinking coffee properly here. A one-use hack tool, which is pretty much useless because you can just pay to hack. Yeah. And they're not even that expensive either. So, meh. It is completely valid if you want to, you know, just load up on auto hack tools. Oh, it doesn't open. Fine. Fair. But they are somewhat hard to find. Like, even when you go to vending machines and find them, there's usually only one. Aesthetics are a moral imperative.
Why do we have 2 eyes? Is there some law that says we must? 2 arms, 2 legs. Not finished! Not finished!
Thanks, Diamond.
You'll have to find some way to get through to surgery and Steinman. Chin up now. The Lord hates a quitter. I can hear that Splicers sounding off like it's the 4th of July. Explosives are hard to come by down here, but if you get your hands on one of them telekinesis plasmids, you can catch the damn firebombs and toss it right back in his gob, or anything else that might be standing in your way.
Yeah, like, sometimes Atlas is actually helpful, and most of the time he's just not. Yes, Simon, it's called depth perception. That's why we have 2 eyes, I believe. Exactly. Oh, yeah, now's when we go downstairs. Stumble to the side, smack into the banister, and then fall down the stairs. If this weapon didn't leave bullet holes on people, you could turn around and say, "I swear, officer, she was, she fell."
Steinman, I know medical pavilion is your matter, but you might want to cogitate on this. Ocean water is colder than a witch's tip. You don't heat the pipes, the pipes freeze. Pipes freeze, pipes burst. Then Rapture leaks. Now, I
I forgot.
But once Rapture starts leaking, the old girl's never going to stop. And then I'll be sure to tell Ryan he's got you to thank.
Forgot about the telekinesis plasmid. Use a little bugger. Yeah. Also on easy, I can eat explosives like that apparently and not take that much damage. She was drunk, had too many shots. Oh, Malachi. Oh.
When Picasso became bored of painting people, he started representing them as cubes and other abstract forms. The world called him a genius. I've spent my entire surgical career creating the same tired shapes over and over again. The upturned nose, the cleft chin, the ample bosom. Wouldn't it be wonderful if I could do with a knife what that old Spaniard did with a brush?
Oh, Zav and Maz have spied each other.
Security cameras. I can hear the infernal things all around you. Ryan's eyes and ears.
Why you have cameras in here? Because necrophilia meets voyeurism apparently. Make people into cubes and other shapes. Yes. The ultimate cubism. Exactly the piece I was looking for. Are there enough vertical pipes? I don't think... Yes, there are. Good. Duke's pubs were open in Ire and pubs ain't open here. I know Scots who did a booze pilgrimage. Mal, that might count as a Dutch pilgrimage. Yes. Yes, wholly agreed. If anyone's missing the context behind that, Maz is Scottish, and someone I know on the Discord server referred to Peter Capaldi's Doctor Who as being the Dutch Doctor. So, discerned from that apparently the Scottish and the Dutch are the same thing. There you go, Malachi. Your favourite Doctor was the Dutch one. It's a complete, memory fail on the person on the person's side for it, but still, it was just so perfect. Hacker's Delight. Hack and heal. I mean, yes, it's good. Why would you want me to put it in the second slot? Why not the first? The fact that one are predominantly tall and blonde, the other is generally shorter with more freckles. Obviously, the exact same thing. You heard Haggis Delight instead of Hackers. I mean, yeah, hacking and haggis, both things that people wouldn't really associate with being healthy. One is a proud race, strong in heritage and body. The other is Dutch. Oh, wow. Oh, press F for the Netherlands, yeah. Oh, and you think the person in the incinerator just got burned badly. Yep, burn a body, boom, plasmid. Hacking the haggis. Oh. Oh. Oh yeah. I was about to electrocute the floor and I was like, oh wait, that's oil. Now I don't know how accurate that is to physics, but in this, oil does not carry electricity. Not much difference from making an actual haggis, really. Incinerate. How else would one achieve entrails? That's true. Also, Dutch in Cockney slang means someone's wife. Ah! Incineration, when it absolutely positively has to erupt in flames. Don't wait, incinerate. Had to explain to some Dutch people what the Dutch oven was. That was funny. Oh, I can only imagine the look of abject horror on their faces as you describe what a Dutch oven is. Oh yeah.
All roads in Rapture lead to Ryan. Security,
That's not crouching, that's waddling. Yep. That's doing a Patches squat and then trying to walk whilst Patches squats silly. They explained what going Dutch was as well. They preferred that definition. Not surprised. Also, I think that's petrol. Oil doesn't ignite that quick, we don't think. Yeah, but petrol also tends to evaporate its flammability? Its fieriness quickly. It's named that because there is an actual cooking pot that's a Dutch oven. I think cooking oil ignites at like 340 degrees. I mean, I snap my fingers and I get fire. Slav squat, yes. Walk around the entire game like this and address everyone as comrade. Comrade Splicer, why do you not like me? Oh. In Soviet Russia, turret hack you. That would have been better if I'd actually remembered what I was wanting to say and said Soviet Rapture. But ah well. Lots of the cooking probably isn't, but yes, that's where the phrase comes from. In capitalist America, bank robs you. Too true. It makes sense, you are in Rapture, a very capitalist place. Yeah. Although Andrew Ryan does not let it be termed capitalist because, you know, capitalist is too much like America. Oh, we can't have ourselves being like America. No, we'll just appear capitalist but call ourselves different. Honest, we're not capitalists. Still in terms of pure usability. This is better. Why are you pointing me back up there? I mean, A, according to the arrows, I can't actually... Oh, I can't get up there. Okay, so let's see which way it's trying to take me. It's probably going to take me all the way back down the other stairs, because no, you have to go down these stairs. These are the correct stairs to go down. It's exactly what it's doing to me. Yes. I had to go all the way back up there, round, and then follow that staircase for the game to be appeased. I was taking the right direction. Press L1 for the next plasmid. I know, I've done that. Ah. Hold L1 to choose plasmid from menu. Oh, what a shock. Decapitalize, ban caps lock. But then Captain America's bike would get stolen if he banned caps lock. We can't have ourselves be like America, so no healthcare, no freebies, everything costs money. It's America under the sea. Malachi, please tell me Gary is either your boyfriend or the sale from SpongeBob. Oh, I'm gonna let you handle that one, Malachi. I'm just gonna sit here and watch the results from that. None to both, it's actually a Destiny 2 meme combined with your usual nickname of Rider of Storms. What a shock, Bioshock. I'm sorry, but anyone who has seen Dragon Ball Z Abridged. Funeral services. Mahogany. Rider of Storm's already taken on Twitch. Nice to be mind you'll be riding a huge snail called Gary that meows. Let's not forget that, you know, Gary's predominant feature in SpongeBob SquarePants is that he meows. Which was a fact I used to completely befuddle someone who'd never seen SpongeBob and had no opinion, no intention of watching it. Your Instagram name is all my username ideas were taken. That's ingenious. That actually is. Of course, the meow is optional but preferred. You want that port. Same. I just want something, you know, I can, you know, maybe, I don't know, just put on my wall here underneath all my dragon pictures. It just says it's clearly mahogany. Who puts that in a coffin? A music box? Yes, I can understand, but 2 cream bars? What? Surprised that the username wasn't taken as well. Not Gary doesn't sell him to the French. 0451. Alright. 0451. Oh, it worked. Hey, auto hack tool. And he goes there, I'll say, look at that S card go. Oh, here's the actual full. Okay, he's actually given his full Instagram name there. Oh. Zero, not an O. Oh! Nuts, 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 nuts. There you go, there's that. So I will admit there is one type of hacking minigame that I will almost always bypass if I can. And it's the safe ones. The safes just do, like, they're usually way too hard for where you are in the game. Until I get some plasmids to help me, well, some tonics to help me with it. Not worth it. Safe. Hack. Auto hack. Oh, it worked. And also auto hacks are usually better because you get money. It's not like you use Insta, feel free to add your whatever, it's your least used social. Maz only uses it when you can be asked adding shit account that you don't produce much of that. I just don't use Instagram. I think out of all of the... Yeah, I don't think I know many people who use less social media than me. I know a couple. Like, I use Facebook, Twitter and Discord. If you can describe Discord as a social media platform, then yes, I use Discord. But it is otherwise just Facebook and Twitter. And Twitter is honestly because it's so much easier just to put out notifications about, you know, streams and videos. And also, you know, it's a good way of networking. Government urged to consider giving all adults £500 voucher to spend on the high street. As an adult, yep, yeah, sure, if you want. Because, you know, spend these on the high street. Yeah, most places will take those vouchers online. I'm up for it. It's social and you can post media, yeah. Yeah, I doubt it's actually going to get done, but yeah, I wouldn't mind it either. Because, you know, stay at home, spend it online. Use it to buy £500 worth of gift cards. Oh, nice. Oh, you know, add £500 to your Steam wallet. On High Street, that £500 is going to go quick. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Security expert. Is this the one I think? Reduces difficulty when hacking turret spots and cameras. Yep. Tesco, etc. sells Steam cards, so yeah. Yep. And its vouchers, not like anything good will happen. Yeah. I mean, sure, if that's what they want to think will get people out and spending, and you know, force people to go out of the house and completely disregard the lockdown and quarantine. It's like they're not even being subtle about it anymore. They are like literally like 2 steps away from just saying, we want all poor people to go out and kill themselves. And with, you know, Bozo being in control, I wouldn't be surprised if that happens sooner rather than later. Okay, I thought I had something. Gotta read that fine print only usable on 29th of February 2024 between the hours of 8:59 and 9. Fine print is like that, yeah. Although then you get CEX, which fine print is the other way round. You must use this before the expiry date. Expiry date, 1,000 years in the future.
Your kind isn't treated.
My kind. My kind being the kind that just shot you to death. It's been hacked. Good, good. Yeah. He's going to reopen the UK just so he can get his mail order Russian bride shipped over. I mean, yeah. That's why he's doing his these deals with letting other countries, you know, fly over here. It's like really not being subtle. You love the CEX expiry date. Yeah, give this as a gift to your great grandson. We'll still honour it. Yeah, I mean there was oh god, there was some time ago. Me and a few friends were joking about the fact that CEX vouchers are going to be the new post-apocalyptic currency. What's that in aid of? I mean, you know, CEX vouchers being used as currency in the post-apocalypse, I can actually see more than, you know, bottle caps. Even though I was such a Fallout fanboy when I was younger, I actually collected bottle caps and had a big sack full of them. Now I just have a handful of ones that I really like. Oh! Rocket to the face, still next to no damage. Oh, this game. It's fine, you've just taken a rocket to the face. How do you feel? I feel alright. Aha. So remember that time when someone bought Fallout 4 using bottle caps? Yeah, they actually honoured like 3 people doing that, and then they said, okay people, stop sending us bottle caps, we're not doing it anymore. In the US it's going to be toilet paper. Yeah. Yeah, it really is. I mean, the funny thing about the whole toilet paper escapade is, you know, it happened over here too. It's just nowhere near that sort of extent. There's still a shortage of toilet paper for a short amount of time because people were, you know, being stupid. But then people actually quickly realised, like, oh wait, it's not actually that big of a deal. AFK, got to clean up after the snakes. I like to synchronise their poops. All 8 of them. Oh, oh, I bet they find that hysterical. How the bloody hell do I get through that door? I can't remember. It's like a button or something hidden under here. It died down quickly over there too. Oh, that's good. To quote someone, if you need 9 rolls of toilet paper to wipe your ass, you have issues before COVID-19. Yeah. All the poops add up. Oh, the stench is bad. Oh. I know that opens up somehow, somewhere. But it's not through there. I think it's like a little crawl space or something. Or, you know, through that section there. Zav, I think, because we process in similar times. Yeah. Ah, there it is. Swing. It makes a tiny little tink noise if I've hit something made of aluminium, and it just falls over. Like, great engineering there. Cannot carry more of items. Pistol rounds. Wrench jockey. There's the one. Made out of what? Aluminium. No, not aluminum. Aluminum. No, no. Aluminium. Just because your country doesn't know how to pronounce things properly doesn't mean you need to infect the rest of us. But the alum is not in Ah. Makes a bonk noise when you hit something made of zombie. Oh, I would pay for that. We have an issue here. When the physics engine is a little too good for a 2007 game. She was just taking a shower. What's there? Oh, he's over there, is he? Fine. So here's the funny thing. Oh no, I can't reach it. The same tile. Oh, right. I will do it this way. I will use a little spinny one because I like little spinny ones. What starts with a W and ends with a T? It does it, I swear. What? What's... Oh, for the love of... Malachi, just get out. I'll time you out for 5 minutes for behaviour like that. Mazikins, add the sound in. I'll find the bonk sound for you later. No, I don't know where I was going with that. I just, you know, like the bonking. I'm already infected. I mean, yeah, that's true. Hack. Auto hack. Lots more pew pew things. Really wish it wouldn't say, you know, open your map to get hints on where to go. It's like, I'm exploring. I know what I'm doing when it comes to these games. You've given me a quite weirdly non-obtrusive, strangely placed objective marker. Don't tell me how to play the game beyond that.
Clinical trial lot 44, Dr. Suchong, client Fontaine Futuristics. Subject age white male, one Roland Wallace. Can you hear me, Mr. Wallace? Yes, sir, Mr. Suchong, sir. Very well. Right, I'm introducing lot 44 now. We've codenamed the lot 44 Enrage because of its tendency to... Nurse? Hold him down! Nurse!
Well, that didn't go down too well, did it? Oh, by the way, same clothes as what you were in when you went into the cold depths of the ocean. Hypothermia sure is dull, isn't it? Yeah. I know, it looks like it's cashmere wool as well, so it really holds the water. Really does. What a polite guy. I know, right? Can you hear me? Yes, Mr. Suchong, sir. What manner of shotgun only holds 4 shells?
I know better. Oh, where are you going?
I would like to point that I was able to fire those shots after just putting the shell in without pumping it. Game physics. Well, Suchong is dumb enough to smack a little sister in front of a Big Daddy. This is true. Suchong is not a smart man. Suchong brings, you know, to mind the thing I heard said also about Elon Musk. These are the reasons why intelligence and wisdom are 2 separate stats in D&D. Fancy shotgun. Oh, it gets fancier. It gets a lot fancier. Oh, excuse me. I have a frog in my throat. I mean, you know, the non-literal sense, as the metaphorical sense. I've just read what your actual typo was there, Mal. Fanny shotgun. I was like, no, it's not. Steampunk fancy, yes. Oh yeah. Right, you can say that. You're not supposed to deep throat Kermit. And here I was thinking someone was going to make a French joke. I can't hear the word fanny without thinking of the Iron Brew advert. Same, to be honest. Mine's also from one of the bottom games. Not games? Live shows. It's like, there's really only me and Delia Smith in the cooking world. Oh, and Fanny Craddock. That's a nasty condition. Women get it from standing too close to the sink. Fanny Craddock. Man, it took you forever to figure out how to get in there via crawling when you first played. Yeah, this game likes to hold your hand on a lot of things. And in other things, it's like, nah, just figure the rest out yourself. That stuff is foul, Iron Brew. You're foul? No, I have to agree with Callie there. I don't often take the side of the Americans, but Iron Brew is gross. It tastes like orange juice that has been digested twice and then carbonated. Grumps and sips iron brew. Enjoy that. Speedy hacker. Reduces flow speed when hacking. This is what you want. Heck you bother. I used to, another friend of mine who lives, well, where do I get these metaphors? Why are you jealous? Ah. Oh yeah. Health station. Kinda, yeah. Metaphors like these would be useful in your creative writing hobby. It's a talent that, you know, oddly enough, actually goes hand in hand with being able to, you know, just you know, throw puns out. Did I shoot her in the crotch? Yes. She was in need of some really massive advanced surgery. I had no choice but to operate when I did. Oh yeah, the health stations also are cheaper if you hack them. Right? I know if I... Oh, right, yeah. I was going to say, I know I went down one of those things. I don't know if I went down the other one as well. I think go the full way down here, though. The Chomper's dental of Suki. Also, this is actually somewhere I need to go. Advanced surgery, you blunt her organs. Well, yeah. Gotta make room for what I'm going to be putting in there instead. That's why it's called advanced surgery.
At the German prison camp, they put me to work on genetic experiments on other prisoners.
Oh, accidentally picked up some cigarettes.
They call me das Wunderkind, the Wunderchild. Germans. All they can talk about is blue eyes and the shape of forehead. All I care about is why is this one born strong and that one weak? This one smart, that one stupid. All that killing. You think the Germans could have been interested in something useful?
Auto hack. Shape of forehead. Since when was that a measure of something? Oh, I think it actually was. Like, you know, the more of your forehead, you know, having a larger visible forehead meant, you know, you had a bigger skull, so therefore your brain was bigger and thus more intelligent. Stuff like that makes no sense, but you know, it's been a thing for so long. So.
The moon belongs to him.
You must have a massive brain.
You know,
That is generally not the word, the noun you say after using the word massive, but sure. Because this thing is visible from space. No, that's just your skin tone, my friend.
Moving objects through space, no problem. Cannot stop speeding bullet, but can catch and throw faster moving object.
The practice was phrenology.
Problem with reaction time.
Ugh.
Just get the idea for
Super racist. I mean, to be fair, a lot of those medical things meant to distinguish people, you know, like distinguish people of their ability, judging by how they look and how their physical appearance was. super racist and usually used by fascist groups in one way or another. Clear the debris with enemy grenades. Most things WW2 Germany was super racist and anti-Semitic. Yep. Also, as was Vietnam under the dictator Pol Pot. Oh man, he was something else. He put out a thing for all intellectuals to be rounded up and killed, and the way that they could tell if someone was intellectual or not was whether they wore glasses. If you wore glasses, you're an intellectual, apparently, according to Pol Pot. Like, they're that smart. You know, this is okay. This is stealing from another comedian, but you know, surely if they're that smart, they just take them off when they see him coming. It's used, I think, in South Africa and Australia and the US. That does not surprise me. No, been this way. This is another thing I love there being around in this game. It's like, when you go to places and come back, things have changed. Like, those bandages weren't there before. It really gives you the idea that, you know, the whole place is alive and reacting to what you're doing, which is awesome. Clearly he did not wear glasses, so this is true. For the argument against civil rights, indigenous rights, and for apartheid. I mean... Oh, excuse me. Ugh. It's like I've said to people before, racism and discrimination like that has no logic behind it. It can be easily picked apart with using actual logic. But sadly, sometimes people still believe it. Which is why, you know, we're in the position we are in now these days. That Big Daddy sounds like my stomach when I haven't eaten for a while. How long have I been streaming? Oh, Jesus, it's nearly 2 hours already. Killed him. Look, it's Patrick. See, clearly things, you know, dried up for him after doing SpongeBob, so he's forced to make ends meet doing whatever roles he could. And Atlas probably came onto him and said, "Patrick, would you kindly do me a solid?" Back from Shit Central Tank Edition. Maz is now asking if Malachi has a 5 head or a 6 head. Ooh, that's a difficult one. Malachi has a 10 head. Only 10 has a 10 head. Yes. Speaking of, I believe she is asleep at the moment. Malachi, I remember taking one of those old American literacy tests. Now, English is one of the few things, excuse me, you're good at. Ignoring my constant spelling mistakes over the internet, English is what you're good at. I could not for the life of me figure out those tests. Alarm pipes, yeah. Yeah, they stop screwing around when you get to the the orange and red part of the difficulty meter. It's like, oof. English, especially American English, is weird as hell, and he's American. Yes. Money?
Today I had lunch with the goddess. Steinman, she said.
Ooh.
I'm here to free you from the tyranny of the
I never had an issue with it.
I'm here to show you a new kind of beauty. I asked her, what do you mean, goddess? Symmetry. Dear Steinman, it's time we did
And Matsky just throws wobs. Oh, yeah. And the guy's like, oh look, I've got my own turret, I'm using a plasma. They're like, yeah, but hacking exists, it's mine now. I'll say, it's really nice and polite of that guy to, stop and stand there whilst I'm hacking his robot's friend. I know. Mazikins will be non-chat for a bit, get to hear whatever bits Mal reads out though. I tend to read out most of what gets said. So I said, sure, so that much cyber. Oh god, don't show cleavage. Ah! Yeah. Hey, not wrong there. Go on, go sort them out. I like also, to show that I was assaulted by his bullets and the security bot, and I have not lost any health. Although to be fair, I did actually hack and got some health back from that. Got a sensor when you cut something in twain with an axe. Yeah, but unless you, if you haven't noticed, with regards to my uploaded videos, I don't do much editing, unless I need to edit something like cutting off the introduction, or if my internet is messed up and I have to splice two videos together. I don't do editing apart from that. It takes too long. Standard discharge is such a good one. You're playing it easy though. Yeah, this is true. I mean, I can just, literally just walk up to this thing. Look how little damage I took from doing that. The most amount of damage I took was when it blew up in my face. I mean, this difficulty, I probably could just quite easily go and tickle a Big Daddy to death. I'm not going to try that though, because, I do have some sense of self-worth. Dude, that's not the one I was wanting at all. No, really was not. That's what I'm wanting to do. I just need another horizontal. Please give me another horizontal. There's another horizontal. And a vertical as well. I already had the vertical I needed. Took them to death with a goose feather and vaudeville music playing in the background. Sounds like a reasonable strategy. Hack the safe. Yeah, might as well. This is what I don't like about the safes. So look how ridiculously small and quick that was. But reward's usually worth it. It's gearing me up with all of this armor piercing stuff. I'm wondering if it's going to be throwing a Big Daddy at me soon. Now he's clearly just delusional. Like, I can now finally use Netflix in your house because your older brother is no longer living with us. Your dad made you use his Prime, and your sister is using Disney Plus. Nice. I've had Netflix for like 3 years and you're not be able to use it once. Ouch. Oh. I mean, to be fair, the only reason I've got Netflix is because I'm allowed to use someone else's account. But then again, that's pretty much the standard. Like, there's like 15 people in the entire world who actually own and pay for a Netflix account. Everyone else just sponges off them. It's one of those great hierarchies. There are these people who operate the Netflix, and we call them the founders. You should never question the ideals of a founder. You should only know that it is because of they that we have our free Netflix, and we live in thanks of them. Because I've stopped using Netflix. The only reason I use it is because it's a really good place to find British comedy. In England, of course, because if you try and find British comedy in the US, no. Even with Netflix, you're not getting it. Because, yeah, VPNs are needed to get around that. Oh, yeah. I know what this is. I can't remember if I need an electric bolt or...
What can I do with this one, Aphrodite? She won't stay still! I want to make them beautiful, but they always turn out wrong! That one's too fat! This one's too tall! This one's too symmetrical! And now... what's this guy? An intruder! He's ugly! 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 Look at you! Here he is!
Let's see. Used to use it with VPN, but it doesn't work now, so you're stuck with UK only stuff. Yeah, I think they might have actually introduced some anti-VPN stuff, which sucks. Have I watched Red Dwarf? Yes, I have. Not fully up to date on it though. The last I saw was Series 9, the Back to Earth stuff, because the rest of that was shown on Dave, and I didn't have Dave, and I still don't have Dave, so I can't actually watch the reruns on it because Netflix only has it up to season 8. So yay. Okay, British comedy like Only Fools and Horses. Oh, you heretic! Hate Only Fools and Horses. Fawlty Towers, love it, and anything with Rowan Atkinson in it. Yes. Plus also including Bottom and Absolutely Fabulous, which I'm going through another watch of because, my God, Absolutely Fabulous is hilarious. Mark thinks she was already dead and no need to shock her. Yeah, but I had to start that fight off with something shocking. Don't bother 10. I've heard really bad things about it. After 10, though, apparently it's gotten better. Anyone from the UK who says they haven't seen Red Dwarf is not a real person. Yeah, that's true. Craig Charles has done DJ sets in Glasgow. Yeah, I've heard that. He also does poetry readings and stand-up comedy.
Doctor, she's not booked for a facelift.
Let's just come in here and...
Doctor, stop cutting. Doctor, stop cutting. Get me the chief of surgery. Get me the chief of surgery now!
Oh yeah, this is also a part, for the actual fight. If you're fighting him on a high difficulty level, you hack that. He really, really messes himself up with that. It's funny if you tell me if it was in the buff, as in the club is called the Buff Club. Ah! I mean, to be fair, I would not be surprised if Craig Charles actually did stand up nude, because it's something that he would do. And he picks Taken and think he was mainly in the buff. Well, there you go. Loved it when Craig was the host of Robot Wars. Oh, yes. He was the best host of Robot Wars. Jeremy Clarkson just... Apparently Dara O'Brien was also a host of it more recently. I was like, I like Dara O'Brien, I just don't think it's Robot Wars without Craig Charles. Also did the voiceover for Takeshi's Castle. I love Takeshi's Castle with Craig Charles doing the voiceover for it. Oh, I really, really do. You know, trying to find Takeshi's Castle these days is near impossible. Which sucks, but it's so good. Made it even funnier. No shit. Yeah. Yeah. He did the English voiceover for Takeshi's Castle, and I'm pretty sure that it wasn't even, you know, like, he didn't do like a dub or anything or a translation. He literally just, you know, was watching Takeshi's Castle and commentating it just with what he was watching, which makes it even better. Because, you know, it's like, he's got no idea what's going on. To be fair, no one really has any idea what's going on in Takeshi's Castle. It's just, you know, it's just Takeshi's Castle. There's no other way of explaining it. Right, I need one vertical pipe. There's a vertical pipe. Pretty sure YouTube is all footage of Takeshi's Castle ever aired, but you need to piece it all together. That's true. And also, I don't know why, but I'm also really iffy about using YouTube to watch TV series. Like, really iffy. I don't know why. I just don't like doing it. Darren presenting something where he can't say big words that no one's ever heard of. Nah, that's not right. Have you seen him? Have you seen, like, you know, the collection of Mock the Week that's on Netflix? Oh, they give Dara so much shit for that, for being on Robot Wars and for doing the science programs. Oh, most extreme elimination challenge. Yep. Maz loves Dara as well. Same. Takeshi's Castle was the best. It really was. No one in Japan under 20 knows what Takeshi's Castle is. Really? Oh. Well, that's awful. But then again, I suppose you could say that, you know, very few people under the age of 20 in England know what the Young Ones is. Bear in mind it aired late 80s or something over there. Yeah. A YouTuber was doing an English lesson and was asked what his favourite show was, and when he said Takeshi's Castle, and said, like, what? Mock the Week is amazing. You got off watching after Frankie Boyle left because it wasn't the same for you. I fully agree with that. It's also weird if you watch the stuff that's on Netflix, because all the Netflix stuff is post Frankie Boyle. It's interesting, like, you see them slowly go down on regulars until literally the only regulars are Dara and Hugh Dennis. Like, Russell Howard left, Andy Parsons left, obviously Frankie Boyle left. Actually, so the thing with Frankie Boyle is I don't know if he left or he actually got told to leave, because a lot of the stuff he said was just really, really like, ooh, which is, you know, Frankie Boyle's style. The teacher knew, the teens were just, oh, okay, then old dude. Oh, yeah. Frankie Boyle's hilarious for all the wrong reasons, yeah. Frankie Boyle is just, you know, the king of making all the wrong jokes. And you can't help yourself but laugh at them. And you hate yourself for laughing, but at the same time, it actually genuinely is funny. So something just threw me forwards. Think he left fairly soon after his stand-up gig was mega popular. That doesn't surprise me. Like, I actually went to one of his stand-up shows, and my word, he's funny and he's a person. Malachi doesn't know what the Young Ones is, so you live up to that stereotype. It is a comedy show back in the mid to late 80s, which is where Rick Mail and Adrian Edmondson got their you know, big step up. Whereas if he was told to leave, it wouldn't have really worked out that way, because Frankie was too much hassle for the editors and presenters. That does not surprise me. They probably had to cut a lot of stuff out that he said. Your first flat was a flat in the Young Ones. I can imagine that, actually. Producers not... Oh, you mean... producers not presenters. Yeah. Yeah, I can really imagine that Frankie Boyle and his humour was a nightmare for editing out. It's like, we can't keep a lot of stuff in that he says.
Welcome to Rapture, the world's fastest
He was on half health. His health bar showed up as half.
It's a little one. Here's your chance to get some Adam.
Oh god, yeah. They appeared out of nowhere. That just spawned in. Young one summed up. 4 characters. Lentils, head smashed through wall, yuppie with big words, and you forget. Sex addict. Sex addict is the 4th character. Vivian is your spirit's animal. Neil's the lentils guy. You just thought of the yuppie as Rick because Rick Mel. Yeah, and then you have Christopher Ryan playing the sex addict and being the straight guy, because I've never found Christopher Ryan to be all that funny, to be honest. He's apparently a really, really nice guy, but he's just not funny. He's just the straight guy that all the funny people bounce off of. Sex addict is not a personality, though, so you forget. I mean, to be fair, Mike didn't have a personality beyond, sex addict.
Here, there is another one. Use this.
Exactly. Oh, the sound effect delay on that! Oh, the syncing people did not do a good job. Vivian was the one with pyramid heads in his forehead. That's the one, yep. Played by Adrian Edmondson. I didn't use doors. Yeah. In the last of the bottom live shows, they do a time travel skit where they say, we can do some really old material that people haven't heard of. And Adrian Edmondson does a Vivian skit, and Rick just looks at him and says, your routine hasn't changed much, has it? It's like, stick with what works, that's what I always say. That's why I'm wearing the same underpants for 28 years. Kill or spare the tortured girls. I've already had a request for this. I have already had a request for the ending that I want to go for, because there is actually 3 endings for this game. There's 100% harvest, 100% rescue, or there is the neutral ending. The neutral ending is gained by having at least 1 harvest, but not doing all harvests. Do you remove them every day and smash them with a mallet? Make them 2% more malleable for the next day. But, the way that I've been requested to do this is this.
You saved me.
I wish I hadn't with those eyes! I thought their eyes were creepy when they're still the little sisters. Which ending? I'm going for the good ending. Rescue this one, harvest the one guided by the Big Daddy. No.
If you cross paths with another of them gatherer's garden machines, make sure you pick up a new plant or 2. That's at the price they too dear, of course.
Oh look, there's a gatherer's garden, right as he says. You have a little sister, she's taller than you and unharvestable. I mean, to be fair also, the way that it does the delayed rewards in this, if you rescue all the little sisters, you actually end up with more random overall. You just have to wait for it. Gather vulnerability.
Not only are those little girls veritable atom factories, they're nearly indestructible. They regenerate any wounded flesh with...
Atlas says that, but you get lucky in the end fight. Yeah, true.
But their relationship with the implanted slugs is symbiotic. If you harvest the slug, the host will die. So you see, it's not like killing, Tenenbaum said. It's more like removing a terminal patient from life support.
Unharvestable for now, man. Donor cards exist. True. Oh. Enrage, never used it. Armored Shell, don't need it. Eve Link, don't need it. Health Upgrade, don't really need it. I'll go for Health Upgrade, for Eve Upgrade. Because, more zappy zap. Actually, in Scotland now you have to opt out rather than in. Yeah, I think it's the same down here as well. or they were talking about doing that, and just I never heard anything more. So basically, most Scots are harvestable. I don't know what happened with it over here, down here. When I'm talking to Americans, I'm over here. When I'm talking to Scottish people, I'm down here. Although, to be fair, with where I am in the country, whenever I speak to most people in England, I'm down here. Oh yeah, it's anti-personnel rounds then. The Scott West. So if you haven't said no, they scoop you out when you die. Providing that your organs are of serviceable requirements. Or if you have a Family Guy style cuts in your mind when you think about it. I mean, to be fair, there's also the Family Guy thing they did on that. Not Family Guy. Monty Python. Malachi's up there compared to me. Yep. I mean, like I said, I'm down here compared to pretty much everyone in England.
You're ready now. It's time to take on one of them Big Daddies. It won't be easy, but it's the only way to get to Little Sister and the Adam they carry.
Sav is over the pond. Yep. Your liver is shit. He killed himself. Mads Games will remember not to eat your liver on toast. Mad was PTSD time. I don't think it was actually quick enough for it to register, especially seeing as the Big Daddy essentially killed himself.
Thank you.
And look how little health I lost. Fava beans and Chianti. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti. Is that all of them? Yeah, that's all of them. Only way that a human liver should be eaten. Yep. Fully agree.
Are you almost back to emergency access? Come through as soon as
Or
you
after their 8th birthday.
You got Ryan's eye now. You won't hear him coming, but he'll be there before you know it.
Ow.
The parasite hates three things. Free markets,
I missed your genius comedy cutscene. What? For your liver uneaten. Okay, that actually did some damage to me. I may have taken a slight concern in my health department. Further up in the chat. Oh yeah, I did miss it. There we go. Doctor, Mr. Jones, the good news is that the pancreas transplant was a success. And what's the bad news? The bad news is that you're now diabetic.
security alert deactivated. Thank you for your patience.
I don't know how you managed it, but you did. Come through to Port.
Don't know how you managed it, but you did. But you've been telling me and talking to me the entire time, Atlas. Oh, what an idiot. He goes from being knowledgeable in all things to then just suddenly like, oh yeah, I have no idea how you did it. It's like you were watching. Neptune's bouncy. Which is weird because the way that this is set up makes me think that there's a lot of backtracking you can do. There really isn't. If you're going through this game and you've sensible about it, you don't need to backtrack all that much. I think you need to do it like once, maybe twice. Oh, by the way, Malachi, when you were telling me about your little sister disappearing, this is the area I thought it happened in. I completely forgot about that Big Daddy fight in medical. So I thought you were further along in the game than you actually were. I mean, to be fair, it's actually not much further.
Now you had the pleasure of Andrew Ryan's company.
Smuggler.
He's the one who built this place, and he's the one who ran it into the ground. Nobody knows exactly what happened. Maybe he went mad. Maybe the power got to him. Maybe he just decided he didn't like people. Whichever way you slice it, good men died. My family's in a submarine hidden in the foundation of Fontaine Fisheries. I'll meet you there.
Oh yes, the gene bank. Almost didn't have enough there. Oh yes, new type of splicer. Well, not exactly new, but new to fight anyway.
But days go by like wind.
Concerned. I briefly saw that Maz has said something about, paraphrasing, what crawls in my garden. I just know that she said something lewd. It's almost like I know Maz or something. There you go. What crawls in my garden? Probably the crab louse. Petals. Cute. Yeah. Oh, look! Another Big Daddy with a little sister. Now, this Big Daddy... Oh, it won't tell me until I kill it what it's actually called. Alright. Well, time to kill it. With the right plasmid equipped. There we go. Easy. So, he looks different. It's a Rosie.
I've shown kindness to my little ones, but are you
See?
really a friend
Rosie.
to us? Regardless,
I'm
the
all that's
little
full.
one brings you a gift
So,
to demonstrate our appreciation.
I played this game when it first came out, back in 2007, okay? 13 years ago. 13 years. Last month, or maybe just before then, I realised why these are called Rosies. Because they have rivet guns. Rosie the Riveter. It's only taken me like 13 years to actually figure that one out. Why is she calling Mr. Bubbles when his name was Rosie? It's like they're all just called Mr. Bubbles. All Big Daddies are Mr. Bubbles to little sisters. Yeah, one of those today I learned things. Like today I learned, that the Rosy Big Daddies are called that because they have rivet guns. Because of Rosy Riveter. I felt so smirked. Are there going to be enough horizontals for me to do the path I want? Possibly. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's enough. I'm being fired at, I know I am. It's too far away to actually make much of a difference, though. Oh! That's what that is. That tinging sound was the sound of the proximity mine that the Rosie threw at me. Of course. Medical expert. First aid kits give you slightly more health. Might as well, I don't have anything else for that. I'm not quite sure how those two actually didn't see me. Can't wait till the big sister doms me, and you don't mean Kinkley. You're going to be waiting for a while for that. There's no big sisters in this game. I thought it was. Nope. Bioshock 2 only.
Ryan had us install some kind of genetic device into the thing, so Ryan and his inner circle won't be able to use them without dispensation. But the boys tell me the keys are pretty unreliable. Sisters, cousins, anybody in the ballpark genetically will be able to come and go as they see fit.
Now, as far as Big Daddies go in Bioshock 1, you've seen all the variety of them now. Well, so you don't actually fight. You get elite ones. That's it. You get elite ones later. That's it. Thought enemies like Big Daddies and Big Sisters were in this, then they were brought into the other games. No, they added a few things into Bioshock 2. There are no Big Sisters in this. The most you get with the Big Daddies is, like I said, the elite versions of the Rosie and the... I actually forget what the other one's called. The Bouncer. That's it. You get the Bouncer, the Rosie, the Elite Rosie, the Elite Bouncer. That's all you get for Big Daddies. And all the other Splicers are mostly variations of most of the ones we've already seen. I think there's two more Splicer... Yeah, there's two more Splicer types to see. There's the Houdini and the Spider. But no, they put a lot more enemies into Bioshock 2 because Bioshock 2 is more of an action game, where this is more the role-playing game, more akin to System Shock.
I heard that.
The Houdini? Yep, the Houdini Splicer. Houdini Splicer is something different. I think she just had a heart attack. She wasn't taking any damage, and she just, you know, then convulsed and fell over. Yeah, Houdini slicer you don't see. Oh, don't see until quite way through the game actually. So just punched him in the stomach. Oddly enough, in this game, it's actually the spider splicers that have always given me the most difficulty, rather than Houdini's. Because Houdini's, I very quickly found out. I quickly found their weakness. Well, I say found. I researched them. I researched them like buggery. And when it came, you know, when you got the tonic, which made them easier, it was like they're not even a challenge anymore. Here, gift: 200 Adam and a free plasmid. Hypnotize Big Daddy. You can turn a Big Daddy into your own protector. I'm not stored. Yellow garden upgrades. Plasmid slots. Give me a plasmid slot. Because I want Incinerate. I want Electro Bolt, Incinerate, and Telekinesis. Everything else I don't really actually care all that much about. Everything else in the game is not all that really necessary. Give us some more Eve. Some health as well, just because I can. And then another plasma slots, because why not? I'm not going to put this Hypnotize Big Daddy in there, because I really don't like using it. But no, one of these times I'll probably pick up Winter Blast. Shotguns really shouldn't have that much of a... Wow. Actually, no. Shotguns do usually have that sort of a effective range in reality. I hope everyone else saw what just happened there. That thing fired a rocket at me. It started spinning around me before it eventually hit me. I was like, That seems like that's working as intended. Can't use any more pistol rounds. Yeah, that happens a lot in easy mode. Is, you know, you're walking around with full ammo a lot of the time because everything just dies so quickly. But you know, they actually got. It feels like they got the difficulty setting on this right. Like, you know, easy. It's an easy game. You are basically getting the story and not much else in terms of difficulty. Normal is a good blend of it being a difficult shooter and being story-based. Hard is a hard shooter, basically. And you know, every now and then, I just like to... oh, by the way, yeah, I can see him in there. I've got full money. I cannot possibly get any more. So I'm just going to hack and buy out. I've spent $66. The amount of pistols you have, you should be able to dual wield and still have some. Yes, I should be able to have, you know, a pistol on each finger. Can't carry any more of the item. But yeah, it still gets rid of it though for some weird reason. Also, the progression in this is very, very much different to a lot of games, I feel like. I feel like, you know, I should have everything in my arsenal by this point with the amount of stuff they've been giving me, but I haven't even scratched the surface of what you get with terms of weapons, plasmids, and upgrades. 500 is the max. They provide 4 digits, and the max is 500. Yeah. Yeah. Work that one out. And there's no way to upgrade your maximum wallet either. It is always 500. Can't remember the code to that. I'd be amazed if I could remember the code to that. Honestly, I would. I've played this game a lot. I haven't played it that much. So that's the place I need to go, but still there's more exploration to do. Explanation, exploration. How is that correct? Oh yeah, because I started, you know, half past, well, 20 past 20. Well, it takes more coding to keep the extra 0 there. Yeah. Either that, or they initially they were initially going to go with you know, having the 4 digits and, you know, having like letting you carry around $1,000, and then when they coded all the prices for stuff like actually 1,000 is going to be really pushing it. We're just going to make the maximum 500. I was like, oh, but we've already done the graphic. Oh well, we'll keep the graphic. We'll keep the 4-digit graphic as it is because, you know, it looks good. But it will look weird. Nah, it'll be fine. Fine. I'm going to take a very quick break for hydration. Coding like that could have went into keeping Little Sisters on the map. Forever salty. Yeah, but you know what they have done? Look at the bottom there. Little Sisters in this level. Shows you how many are guarded by Big Daddy and how many aren't. Matt has a big jug. I do. I'm a fan of big jugs.
Who can blame a lady who craves variety?
Joy, you. Guarded by a Big Daddy. No. Unless you know, there's 2 guarded by a Big Daddy, and then, you know, the 3rd one I've already dealt with. Because I started off right next to one spawn. I was like, okay, I'll kill you. Oh, this guy. That's how you knock in this game.
Atlas radioed on ahead. Says you're looking for an invite to the fisheries. Nuts, I say. But if
Nuts, I say.
Wharf Master's office and find old Peach on research camera, maybe I could manage an invite.
Oh, you're a scummy man, Peach.
Well, what was that?
Oh yeah.
My friend, you are fucked.
Thanks.
My rose! I want it back! I want it back! Look on that. You'll find something to keep you alive. Now, go get a camera.
Grenade launcher. The weapon I use very little in this game. Very little. Who can blame a lady who craves variety? Okay, we get it. Your husband wasn't kinky enough for you. Put the meat hooks down and wipe the strawberry jam off your face. Ah! She's barely taking damage. Is she playing on easy mode? No, it's to
Fontaine's dead, and everybody knows it.
it's to symbolize like, oh, you can't fight this thing yet. You've got to go and get that research camera so you can go and get better at fighting these things.
You never mind all that. We got work to do.
zap. I only managed to kill 3 of them, and with 1 burst of electricity. It's fine. It's fine. Is it pistol? I had to say pistol search. I think that's shotgun ammo. It might be full on. Nope, not anymore at least. No matter how much DNA remodeling you do, the brain will always be the main thing. Headshots, Mr. Peach. Headshots. Yep.
I'll never stop chasing you! Never!
Put some anti-personnel shots in this. Or if you don't like accuracy, buckshot. Also true. Although in this game it's generally, anything is in that circle when I fire, it's probably gonna die. Regardless of distance.
Something must be done about Fontaine. While I was buying buildings and fish futures, he was cornering the market on genotypes
Yeah, he got drowned.
sequences. Rapture is transforming before my eyes. The great chain is pulling away from me. Perhaps it's time to give it a tug.
Just throw an Eve hypo at me.
You shall know I am the Lord!
Search containers for loot. As if I haven't been doing that my entire time of playing this already. Oh yeah, also, in case it wasn't clear, there's no aim down sights on the shotgun. You can't use ADS mode, honestly. It makes sense. Because, with the kind of kickback this thing has, if you do that, you're likely to, give yourself a black eye or break your nose. Manka says, I wonder how old these hypodermics are. How sterile could they be? It's probably fine. It's fine. Probably haven't been used and then reused and then recycled and then used again, and then maybe they've seen some water. As in, a pool of water and they've been wafted at it. That's probably all the cleaning they've ever had. 2 electric bug. There's another weird thing as well. So my gun is now full of shotgun shells. I switched to electric bug like that. I haven't even loaded one in, and then apparently all the ammo fell out. I love watching videos like that when people who have never held a gun try and shoot a gun with high recoil and position themselves in the stupidest way possible. Yep. It's... I don't know. I don't know how they can realise that there's just going to be a huge amount of recoil with something, because I don't know. Like, I've used a shotgun. I've used a shotgun and had no problem with it whatsoever. So I honestly don't know. Well, they are just, you know, stupid people. Magic, yes. Do you wanna? There we go. Big Daddy was dealing with, you know, just a little while longer.
I asked him if he still had that sea slug. As luck would have it.
Face planted. Black eyes, broken noses, dislocated shoulders. Yeah, I can imagine all that.
You saved me.
Plus, also, you get the inevitable person, you know, who, you know, the first time they get their hands on a handgun, they try and hold it gangster style and go sideways like that, and find themselves dodging bullet casings. Or, you know, more accurately, catching a bullet casing where they weren't expecting it. And then realising that, oh shit, a little explosion just went off in this small metal casing. Oh, it's hot. You think.
Now the eggs are in the scramble. We picked up Timmy Yates right after midnight. Either Ryan will be taking down Fontaine, or Fontaine will be taking down Ryan. We'll be interviewing for Timmy in Fontaine Fisheries. If you're up for entertainment, the code's 5380.
5380. I was specifically listening out because I remembered that guy gives you the code, just couldn't remember what the code itself was. Balls. Catching and getting perma from the hot casing. Yep. You do like how Big Daddies are friendly until provoked. Yep. They will be 100% friendly. Well, not friendly. They do threaten you if you get too close to little sister. Like, you start getting close to them, they'll actually growl at you and, you know, maybe shove you back. They don't actually do damage to you. They do not attack you until you actually start attacking them. It's a really nice way of doing it. You know, it allows you to set up a trap for them or do something similar. Earth is shooting at me. Or is that my turret shooting it? Oh no, it's them. It's my turret shooting at those two. Oh, let's just, you know, give that a little bit of help, shall we? One pistol shot gone. When you take so little damage, a rocket hitting you is less like ow, and it's more like, pardon me, sir, that was rude. Yeah. I honestly took more damage from my my own grenade launcher. Right, let's go and find this, well, re-find this guy,
Ryan's men have taken you away and said you are needed to save Rapture. Who needs a child to save a city?
where this guy getting tortured was.
And I only wonder if you might one day crawl out of this vent and find this note. We look for you, but if you find it, come to us at the Fighting McDonald's in room number 7. The code to our room is 7533. We miss
I'm not going to remember that.
darling child.
Mr. Ryan asked me personally to make this clear to you. You give us Fontaine, and this whole filthy ring of his, and you'll be knocking back pints up at the Fighting McDonald's. But if you prefer to play the mule, we'll treat you like a mule. Give him a taste, Patrick.
Yeah, more insight into the downfall of Rapture, with everyone just being a little bit on the crazy side. Just a little bit.
You think you can trick me? This isn't.
I think I can trick you. No, but I can get a face full of buckshot.
Somebody to watch. Once he was just a menace, to be convicted and hung.
Don't think it's on anything you can do. I can do better applies to torture.
He's the most dangerous type.
I mean, true, yeah.
The kind with vision.
Balls. I know what. This peasant boom. A lot of vertical pipes in the Traveler does not need that many vertical pipes. Oh, that was a close one. Hacked with lead. Yeah. End results similar. It's amazing, I can just, pay a bit of money and pull a lever and then, oh look, all the security bots are just disabled. Okay, so we're going this way, are we? Interesting to know that. Thank you very much for that game.
According to this magazine article I scrounged up, it can also analyze genetic information, parse biological structures, and lots of other $5 words.
Oh, Atlas really is trying to keep up the show of being an idiot, isn't he? Oh wait, I forgot I'm on easy mode. Sometimes it's easy to forget things like that. Oh wait, I'm on easy mode. I can just soak up bullets like a sponge. Literally, it's already almost planned out for me. Can I interact with the alarms on the broken pipes? Not even to move them? Nope. Can't move them at all. Have to avoid them. Ah! Enemy triggers my alarm. So I'm just, going to just go in here. So here's the even funnier thing. I can't reach up. Jump. I can hack it now. I'm in mid-air. Enemies triggered, so what? The bots that spawned will be friendly? Yep. They hunt down the enemies, just like they would hunt down me instead. which I'm more than okay with. The amount of damage I took from that was really a minor inconvenience. Oh, I'm drunk. Briefly. I was briefly drunk on 2 bottles of wine. Heat-seeking RPG. What? Yep. To go on my grenade launcher. See how much that makes sense. Let's see. There we are. I now got heat-seeking RPGs loaded into my grenade launcher. Oh, it's amazing to trip the security as well. So even classed as rocket propelled. It's got a propeller on the back of it. So, yes, technically it's RPG. I mean, I know it's really not, but at the same time, oh, I don't know. Oh, but, you know, if you kill something, or if something was alive and then it dies, it gets a name. If anything else, it's, you know, corpse. I mean, there is a weapon selection wheel, but honestly, it's easy enough to just press the button enough times until the weapon shows up. Let's hope there's enough horizontal pipes here. There we are. That was just one of mine firing at the hostile turret. But the rocket had already gone off after before I decided to hack, so yeah. One of my own turrets just damaged me. I love it. Keep accidentally drinking booze when I'm not meaning to, because I just keep hammering the X button. It's like, open the thing, open the box, give me all things. Enemies are bad at avoiding cameras. They are. They really are. I mean, to be fair, I think in their defense, they actually expect them all to still be working for them. Ah yes, camera. Take pictures of enemies with the camera to research them. Each type of enemy has a unique set of research bonuses. Try taking a picture of the splicer from the other side of the window. Keep the subject centered and nearby.
Good. You got the camera. Now get me some snaps on those splicers. And don't come back down here till you got my research.
Increased damage. That's literally what those bonuses are. Like, there are 3 of them that are increased damage. It's like, I think you get 5 bonuses per enemy. It's increased damage, then a perk, then increased damage 2, then another perk, and then increased damage number 3, and then that's it. I think. There might be some others, but generally you get ones that are like unlocking special abilities or special tonics or gene upgrades.
I'm sorry, Father. I'll do... Oh, come on, then.
We should have one in Skyrim and thought it was like hide loot menu so that you don't see what's in a chest, for example, until you open it.
Even down here in the
Yeah. Yeah, that would be a lot better.
Huh?
Although, I think, seeing as... Oh, actually no. Nah, it's fine. I was going to say I'll end the stream there, but I've still got another 10 minutes or so. So, I'll do a little bit more. For immersion, that way I don't see things like locker, empty. I get why it's there, it's quality of life, but immersion, yeah. At least with this, you know, it doesn't do that. Unless, you know, clearly you can't interact with it like that. Or you've already searched it, in which case it says searched. Okay, yeah, that's... Leadhead Splicer. I'm pretty sure the first photo you take, no matter what the quality is, always gives you the first level. Multiple subjects. Multiple subjects. Oh yeah, there's the camera as well. Yeah, camera is also something in this as well. Increased damage. I forget what they are. Security bullseye. Oh yeah. Immediately tags an enemy as being hostile. So if I were to do this, for example, it's as if I'd hacked the camera. But only works to the target that I paint with the plasmid. Whilst that's going on, though, I'm just going to hack that so it happens permanently. And also, you know, mahacking. My hand, ew, yeah. Yeah, the plasmid effects do tend to be a little bit on the icky side. And that persists through all of the games. Like, Bioshock 2 isn't all that bad, but there's reason for that. So there's like a trio of ill ones with that, well, with regards to that. So there's a green one for Big Daddies, and there's a red one for Enrage, and there's this blue one for Security Bullseye. Weird. The others are cool, but that bait baller through, just ew, yeah. Insect Swarm is one of the ones that, you know, gets me a bit ill. You know, just, you know, go and, you know, interrupt the I've just picked up an audio log. Would you like to listen to this? Yes, I would like to listen to it. Tough. We've got story things to tell you now. Sit down and behave. It is story time. So yeah, after you do the first one, it takes several pictures to go up the multiple levels. And of course, there is a trophy linked to doing that, getting maximum research with every single thing in the game. Which, to be honest, is not actually anywhere near as bad as it sounds. This is, you've got to be diligent. B, how close do you have to be to get an A? You need to get like a couple of bonuses, like have it perfectly in shot, and it be an action shot. I think that you can even get up to an A+ on them as well. Action shot, gotta be. Oh yeah, you buy film as well. Probably should have, hacked it first. Leadhead Slicer, next level. There we go. Scrounger. Spider Splicer, oh no, yes. Oh yes. When searching containers or corpses, you can search again to get different loot. So for example, I search that. Just $1. Meh. Search again. I get nothing. Which is a little bit of a gamble you have to take. It's limited, I mean, it makes sense, but still, yeah. But thankfully, it's only if you actually get a target in view. Like, if I was to do this, you see it's 93. No subject in view, photo not taken, doesn't take film. And it's cheap as well, so it's not too bad, but it's still a little bit weird.
That filthy submarine makes me blood boil. Help me get them to safety, and I'll be in your debt for life.
Yeah, sure, Atlas, sure. There we go. I can hack it through the little hole in the wall. That's kind of fun. Oh yeah, of course, you pick up film like you'd pick up ammo. It quite commonly drops from, weirdly enough, destroying security cameras.
This is the wages of sin. Hey. Hands up!
Well, you know, I actually remember this one. Oh, I don't need to hack it, I know the code. I remembered. This is the room of the parents of a little girl who got kidnapped and taken to be a little sister. And look how they ended up.
We saw our Masha today. We barely recognize her. That's her, Sam said. You're crazy, I told him. That thing? That is our Masha? But he was right. She was drawing blood out of a corpse by Fontaine Fisheries. And then when she was done, she walked off hand in hand with one of those awful golems. Masha!
Yeah, precisely. Well, I think that's actually a really good note to leave that on. Welcome to Rapture. This is exactly what the whole of the journey is going to be like. But, yeah, that's what I'm going to call it for today. Thank you very much all for coming along and watching. It's been a lot of fun. I pretty much almost forgot just how much fun I actually have with Bioshock and why it's one of my favourite games. Why do Big Daddies protect little sisters? Are they bonded at creation? Yes, effectively. You learn about that a lot later into the game, like near the end of it. You actually learn, you know, how the Big Daddies became what they are. So we will definitely get to that as the series goes on. But for now, that's as far as we're going into Rapture and into the Bioshock series. I've enjoyed this. I hope you all have too. We are definitely going to be doing more of this. Yeah, like I said, the new schedule is going to be up on social media and up on this channel itself. If you scroll down, Twitch has done a weird thing with the layouts, but if you scroll down on the actual channel page, you know, on my channel page, when you then click my user icon to come to this page where you're watching things properly, if you scroll down there, there's actually a stream schedule. I'm going to update that at some point tomorrow with when all my streams are going to be. This is going to be the newest stream series. Bioshock, then Bioshock 2, then Bioshock Infinite, and then Bioshock Infinite's DLC after that. Well, apart from Clash in the Clouds, because again, Clash in the Clouds is just an arena fighter thing that provides nothing to the actual storyline itself. But we will do Burial at Sea after finishing the main story of Bioshock Infinite. But tomorrow, I actually can't remember what tomorrow's is going to be. No, I really can't remember. But it's basically going to be, so effectively the actual time is Tuesday 1 AM, but that's essentially very late Monday night for me. For most people as well who'll be watching this. I think it's Nier Automata I have on the schedule. I will just double check that just so I can give you, the actual thing that you'll be tuning into. New schedule. Yeah, Nier Automata. So the next stream will be Nier Automata. Same slot as actually no, it's not going to be 1 AM. It's going to be 2 AM because I realised that there is the iffiness around my internet connection around about just before 2 AM at the night. So yeah, Tuesday 2 AM, aka very late night, Monday for people with no sleep schedule. Nier Automata, yes. But thank you all very much for coming along and watching this and supporting with your viewership. Hope you've enjoyed this as much as I have. And until the next stream, or until next time you choose to watch, Stay safe, have a good evening, morning, night, day, whatever it is when you're watching this. Bye bye.